Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
So as you know, the RV is up in Chicago getting worked on, but we decided to come back down to Missouri. We're in our shop. We figured while it's getting worked on up there, we could be down here working on some projects.
That's right.
Killing two birds with one stone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the trouble is we're having a really hard time deciding exactly what it is that we should be working on. I've got it. Why don't we build some custom overhead lights for the RV?
Let's do it. Ooh, I've got the power.
That's right, you guys. We're back in the garage. Back to work. So in our last video, we talked about how we were in Chicago and we dropped the RV off and it was getting worked on. And of course, the mechanic was taking a lot longer than we had anticipated.
Yes.
So we decided to leave Chicago, mostly because it's crazy expensive up there and we didn't think we were gonna have to be up there for that long.
No, we had a lot of fun, but yeah, there's a lot we want to get done on the RV, so we figured we would make our way back to here to the garage and get some stuff done. So we actually took a train from Chicago all the way to St. Louis, which was pretty rad.
Yeah, it was Amtrak.
It was nice.
We've never ridden Amtrak, I don't think, but can recommend. It really wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
For some reason, we had a whole stigma that it was gonna be awful.
So sadly, we didn't end up making really any videos up in Chicago. Sorry about that. But we just wanted to get back here and have as much time to get things done down here as we could.
So as you guys already know, one of the things we want to work on are these custom overhead lights that we're wanting to build. And I guess we'll start off by showing you guys what our plan is for that. From the beginning of this project, we've been really frustrated with the options for RV lighting. If you aren't really familiar with how lighting works and the different type of currents, you have your alternating current, which is what powers your household lighting. And with those fixtures, you can get all kinds of different styles. You can get some that look like this, that are super fancy and extravagant. However, in an RV, you usually have 12-volt DC lighting, and that's so that it can run directly off the batteries. That is not so pretty. A lot of times they just look like this. So it's the kind of stuff you would find, on a classic RV or on a boat. And they have a lot of variation, smaller lights, inset lights, puck lighting, and we actually got one of those, this one. This is what we were gonna use, but this is kind of boring,
And that little dot in the middle glows green.
Yeah, we call it the nipple.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a nipple.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. We're getting rid of this, we don't need that. All we need is this light part. We are going to cut this out so that we have the lighting, we have the wiring, and then we are going to build our own custom lights out of wood around them so that they can look all fancy and custom made. It has been incredibly hot out, you guys, and the shop that we actually usually work in, the big warehouse, is like a sweat box. But unfortunately, that's where our tables are and our miter saw and all our other tools are. So we're gonna head over there, we're gonna cut everything down to what we need, and then we're gonna head back here and assemble it in the nice, cool garage. So here's the idea with these. We're making 5 different lights, so we need 20 of these to make all 4 sides for each light. We're just going to assemble these like that, and we're just gonna glue and brad nail these, make them into a little square box, and then we'll put our cap on the back and our acrylic on the front where the light's gonna shine through, and then Bob's your uncle. You got a DIY wooden light. Yeah.
So this is what we are going to use to diffuse the light. This is a translucent acrylic. You can kind of see through that. So the light will shine through that and it'll give us a nice diffusion. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you have a round one?
Well, our original idea was to do round lights, which would have looked really cool, but is significantly harder than square. So screw the circles. We'll see how we mess this up, but so far so good. And voila, we have our perfect acrylic squares that will go so nicely on the edge here. We will be cutting down this lovely plywood right here.
So this is 1/4-inch Baltic birch. It's got a bunch of different plies in here, so this stuff is super strong, but also pretty lightweight.
But this is what will mount up to the ceiling, and we will put our actual light in here. You'll see how we do that in just a bit. So we are back to our much cooler garage. We have all our lumber and acrylic that we need. And here's what else we will need for this project. Our trusty brad nailer, these handy corner clamps that we actually just got from Menards, a bunch of sandpaper. We left our hand sander in the RV, so we're using these for now. Some wood glue, and we got some that is stainable, which leads us to our next item. Our stain, and this is actually the exact same stain that we used on our ceiling, so it should look very nice. A little bit of super glue for attaching the acrylic, and of course, the LED lights.
And we almost forgot, a drill. Yeah. There you go. All right, y'all, let's make some lights. Yeah.
Oh, it is hot out here. I don't know if you can tell by my hair, but it is also very humid. But we are pressing on. So we have made some of our boxes, and the acrylic is supposed to sit right on there like that, nice and pretty. So we were trying to, oh, it's a mosquito, son of a.
Nice job. Oh, you missed him.
No, I totally got him. So our big idea was to super glue this acrylic on here. So we thought, okay, let's do some tests. Well, wah. Sadly, with the testing, you can tell on the raw wood, it turns it yellow. On stained wood, it turns it, I don't even know, orange.
Yeah.
We thought it would be way less noticeable on the
so
stain.
Obviously you'll see that as you look up at the light.
Yeah.
That's no good. My idea is to take this aluminum trim that we have and put it around the edge like that,
so.
and just trim it out. Maybe even paint it gold. That would kind of solve all of our problems because it obviously covers it up and it holds the acrylic in place.
Yeah, but that means we have to cut a whole bunch of this to cover all of our things and paint it gold.
But it'll look so good.
It'll look cool, but guys, we're only doing 5 lights. We are going way overboard.
Yeah.
But we don't always get this much time to tinker and stuff, so we're just going for it, doing whatever we feel like. We also got a little encouragement here in bottle form because we're just too hot and too frustrated. All right, but stay tuned to see what we do. So last night we ended up getting all these beauties stained, and they were all lovely and ready to go for the day. In addition to staining it, we put edging all around the exterior, so now you don't see any of the ends of the wood.
Yeah, we were going to leave the end grain there, but we figured when you stain it, it ends up making it really dark and it probably wouldn't look very good.
Yeah, and then we got the infamous call.
Yeah.
That our RV had been sideswiped by a semi-truck.
Yeah, and you guys are already well aware of this because I think we're gonna make a video and post it before this one talking about the whole incident. We're in a pretty bad mood right now, you guys, because this is like 30 minutes after our mechanic called us and told us the news. I don't even know what to say. I'm sure we said it all in our previous video now that because we had some time to reflect on it, but.
Definitely taking the wind out of our sails, to say the least, so.
Yeah.
We're just not feeling like putting some lights together, so we're not gonna do that right now.
Yeah, and I think we're just gonna table this until tomorrow. We're just gonna go have a drink or something, or maybe we'll get a smoothie. If you didn't hear the news, I'll link to the video on the screen right now if you wanna hear all about the tragedy that struck.
I guess we'll see you tomorrow. It's been a couple days, as we said, we kind of needed to take a break after getting that news. But we did want to say thank you all for all of your support on our video. It means so much to us that you guys are here along for the ride. And that
lots of good suggestions for helping us get it fixed.
Yeah, you guys gave us suggestions for RV part manufacturers that we had never come across. And y'all, we've done so much research for RV in the past year.
And there's still suppliers out there we haven't come across. That's insane.
But we're back at it today, and we are gonna freaking finish these dang lights, you guys. And we have come up with a great solution for attaching the acrylic to the frame.
Maybe great. Remains to be seen.
Well, it's a solution. It's gonna attach it, but I don't know. We couldn't try to think about it anymore. So this is what we got. I guess we'll show you that now. I feel like we've done so many transitions into the film. Let's just get to it.
See how long I can awkwardly film you. So here's what we decided on. Trusty super glue, baby. So our idea is to just put a thin bead of glue on here and kind of brush it on like that and make sure it's just covering every single spot. I'm sure there are better solutions to this, but this is what we came up with, you guys.
And if you have a better solution, it's too late.
Yeah. Ta-da! The super glue, more or less, did the trick. Check it out, you guys. Not too bad. Of course, our idea did not work. You can still see little spots where the glue didn't really adhere. Structurally, that's totally fine, but it just doesn't look very good, especially when you shine light through it. So we have plan B. I don't think we've mentioned this yet, but this is our idea, is to basically paint one edge at a time with this gold spray to give it like kind of a gold frame.
I like gold.
She's been saying that since we came up with this idea, and that was a week ago. That's from Austin Powers, in case you don't know.
I love gold.
I'm just stalling now because I'm afraid to ruin this light.
We've done a bunch of practices, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's no going back after this because I'm not rebuilding these, so let's get spraying.
Don't mess up.
All right, y'all. While the paint is drying on the lights, which I think actually that's gonna turn out pretty good after all, we're moving on to the next project, and that is finally re-screening all of our screens. These are all the original screens on the RV. They are beautifully vintage, but the screens, they have tons of holes in them. They're all loose, as you can see.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to redo these for a long time, but we've never done it before, and we were like, how the hell do you do it? Turns out it's pretty easy.
It's very easy. They sell whole kits for them,
Yeah.
which we got ours from
We got it
Home
all
Depot.
over here. They got this little tool here. They got the little gasket thing. They got it all, baby.
Yeah, so it should be as easy as taking these old gaskets out and the screens, rinsing them down, and then redoing it.
Yeah. We are also going to repaint these because we found a paint that we were actually going to use on the lights. It turns out the one that didn't work on the lights works perfectly for these. So these are going to be like brand new, baby. You guys, look at the attachment on this hose. You ever seen that before?
What the heck is it?
It's a bunch of little straws. What is that? Here, go ahead and turn it on.
No, come on.
Oh, whoa!
Oh, that's cool.
What the heck is this?
It must be for kiddos, right?
Well, this is awesome.
Goodbye, 50 years ago.
We removed the screens, we got them all cleaned up, and now it is time to bring back their former luster. And by that I mean cover up what they look like right now, which is not very good.
Our lovely screens are all re-screened and beautiful.
Dude, they look like they're brand new from the factory.
I mean-
I'm so happy about this.
But we do have one more project that we want to do, or Eric wants to do. He's been very excited about this. And y'all, it's gonna give away a huge surprise.
It's the name of the RV.
We're naming the RV.
That's
She's
it.
not gonna forever be called Old Gal, although we kind of thought about it, but
That was your term, that's what she calls it.
that's just, what else are you gonna, she's an old gal. From henceforth into eternity, she will be
Don't say the
named.
name yet. We're gonna say the name of the next
I know,
segment.
I was building it up. She will
Okay.
be named, and then you like go black, and then
Why don't-
tomorrow.
I'll just do this.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
That's right. We are going with Clementine.
Clementine.
And I had this great idea to burn it into the wood. I've actually always wanted to learn how to do this, but you basically just get this little pen that you can get at like Hobby Lobby that has all these different tips on it, and then you can burn different types of patterns in the wood. You actually get this transfer paper and you put your stencil on top of it, and then you tape it onto the wood, and then you use this special stylus and you go around it, and as you draw on the paper, it imprints everything onto the piece of wood behind it. And then from there, you turn on the wood burner, and then you just trace that and then fill it in. Now, of course, it took me a while to get this clean of lines. I've been practicing a little bit. I practiced on the back.
I also tried my hand at it.
Yeah. Yeah, so the idea is to hang this in the RV so everybody knows that it is called Clementine. If you end up coming on the RV, do not turn this around. You're not allowed to do that. If you guys remember, it was between Clementine and Daisy, and the reason we didn't go with Daisy is because if we ever have a daughter, we want to name her Daisy.
Yeah, it seems weird, but yeah, Daisy is probably our favorite name in the world.
Yeah.
Who knows if we'll ever have kids? We're getting kind of up there in age, but just on the off chance that it happens, we want to reserve that name because it seems weird to name your child after your RV.
Yeah.
So Clementine,
Clementine
which
it is.
we love.
Also, we almost forgot. The lights are done.
Yeah.
And they turned out pretty good, I think. I'm happy that we went with the gold. There are obviously some imperfections when you look closely at it, but I'm hoping that just kind of adds to the charm. So we made these little holders that are going to screw into the ceiling, and then behind those we put the original LED lights. And then inside here, we're gonna be hooking up these two little magnets. Those actually sit flush with these screws, and that's what helps hold it on. So there's actually a lot of friction here, but I figured the magnets will help to make sure that when we hit a bump, they don't go flying off. They might still, so it remains to be seen if that was a good idea or not, but I think it's gonna work. I've got the world's most adorable 12-volt battery right here.
So cool.
Did it work?
Ta-da!
Ta-da! There you go.
It'll be brighter than this in the cab. And these are dimmable, so that'll be cool. We can set the mood.
Yeah, but at any rate, they look good, you guys. Check it out. So that's how they'll look on our ceiling.
I'm all lit up.
We're very happy with how these turned
Y'all,
out.
they're so cute. So much better than just the classic white round disc. But in the event that these don't make it as bright as we want it to, then we'll put the discs on, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. We can always change it later if we don't like it.
Way too much work for something so small and silly? Maybe. But
Way too much
whatever.
work. That's what we do. I guess that's gonna do it for this video. We're back on the road, you guys. We just can't stay still.
I know. Well, we finished some projects. We did some good work. I'd say some solid work.
Yeah.
But
the
you know,
RV's still in friggin' Chicago, you guys. So
we're gonna take a little trip. We got some things sorted, some things not sorted.
Yeah.
We're on the road, headed south.
we are headed south.
That's that. Thanks again for being in this with us. We feel a lot better knowing that you guys are all out there feeling it like we're feeling it.
Some of you guys have sent us pictures of your own RVs that have had like trees fall on it and gotten in various accidents, and a lot of it's a lot worse than what happened to ours. So we appreciate it, you guys.
Yeah.
It really did help.
We're feeling very lucky that it wasn't way worse and that nobody was inside or working on the RV when it was hit. So, all good things from here on out. Goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.